300 meters beneath the surface of the Earth. A natural wonder, a scientific mystery, a place as deadly as it is beautiful. A crystal cavern that may contain undiscovered life. Nothing like it has ever been discovered. A cavern so hot, exploring it could cost lives. These crystals may be a window to our search on other planets. Can science unlock the secrets of the Crystal Cave? A remote small desert town in Mexico is home to one of the greatest natural marvels on the planet. 3 scientists join a team of seasoned explorers. They will risk their lives to see this wonder for the first time. They will enter through the main tunnel shaft of a gigantic mine.
Entonces que Beto no vaya. Beto, regresa. Vamos a hacerlo en el...
Well, now we enter the tunnel and we go down for 290 meters and we reach Cueva de los Cristales that was discovered in 2000. And there
the scientists get their first look at the vast mining operation. They're in a place called Naica in the center of Chihuahua, a vast desert plateau 200 miles south of the border of Texas. Naica is one of the most productive lead mines in the world and a huge supplier of the world's silver as well. Mining here is one of the toughest jobs on the planet. Temperatures in the tunnels hover around 35 degrees Celsius. Every day, 500 men work around the clock to dig, blast, and haul their precious ore to the surface. But there is something else hidden deep inside this mountain. April 2000. What starts as an ordinary workday for 2 miners transforms into a remarkable discovery that will turn the attention of the world's scientists to the mine. A stunning cave 300 meters down. The exact nature of their find remains a mystery for 7 years. Now these experts in biology, space exploration, and geology are blazing the trail to an alien underground world. Naica is a mountain. The mine sprawls deep under it, with tunnels and shafts spiraling off in all directions. This tunnel would lead them to their destination.
To grow very large, they need a lot of time. And the time was supplied by the stability, the thermal stability of the equipment.
It's a half-hour winding drive, 300 meters down towards the center of the Earth.
It's getting hotter. Can you feel the heat?
Yeah, we are just arriving.
It's almost 40 degrees Celsius here. Humidity 60%, like being in a rainforest.
Oh, che bel posto! Sei contento di essere qua?
Welcome here. I'm Eric. This is the entrance of the cave.
The sight that greets them is not what you'd expect in a mine, a busy high-tech nerve center. It is the support base for the Naica Project expedition team. They are an international group of scientists and adventurers determined to unlock the mysteries of this place.
You see, the cave.
So they don't lose their lives in the process. The Naica Project explorers get technical support from a specialized team. Beyond this critical mission control is a tunnel, and the newcomers are eager to see the natural wonder they know lies beyond. But first, they have to understand the risk. Giovanni Badino is an Italian astrophysicist with the Naica project.
If you feel that here it's hot, you are wrong.
Oh, it's
There it's hot, really hot. You feel
The explorers
very cool
insist that everyone
when
starts
you
with a trial by
go down.
fire, 5 minutes
Yeah,
inside.
that's the question. The cave is essentially...
The newcomers have unique skills to help unravel the mystery hidden within the crystals. Chris McKay, NASA scientist, Mars mission planner. Penny Boston, expert in finding life in extreme environments. Stein Erik Lauritsen, specializing in geological time.
So, now we can have a direct look to understand what is hot, not here, and to how to behave to survive. So, just 5 minutes.
A tunnel leads them to their goal. A thin plexiglass shield separates them from the alien world beyond.
Wow. But there are beautiful crystals, you see.
Nothing can prepare these seasoned scientists for what they now see. Their first sight of the magical crystal cave.
Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you. It's amazing.
Al ritorno ci badremo di più. Guarda questo qui.
Incredible. Wow. If I wasn't seeing it, I wouldn't believe it could exist. Wow. It's hard to focus on a particular crystal. There's so many vying for your attention.
The cavern is the size of a football field and about as high as a 2-story building. But it's hard to get a sense of scale of the crystals. There are so many. Some are 11 meters long and 55 tons, as high as telephone poles and 100 times as heavy.
Fine. This is good.
You see, this
Excited,
beautiful.
but calm.
Chris, look to this rosette.
Yeah.
Roses, gypsum roses is gigantic. In normal caves are of
Yes.
10 centimeters in
Yes.
diameter. Look this, is astonishing.
But the crystal cave isn't just hot, it's deadly. The 100% humidity kills. The crystals look like icicles, but are searing hot to touch, razor sharp, but also soft like human fingernails. Smaller ones break off, making every movement treacherous.
Sure. Very good. I move very slowly.
45 degrees Celsius, 100% humidity. It's the Sahara meets the Amazon, all in one claustrophobic cavern. These 3 scientists have unique skills to help solve the mystery of the crystal cave. What are the crystals made of? Why are they so big? How old are they? Why is it so hot? Is there life here? Can the crystal cave help us find life on other planets?
Holy mackerel.
Just unbelievable. I mean, I just can't.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
They cannot linger any longer. Their bodies are slowly, invisibly dying from the heat in the cave.
Your head high.
A few minutes is all it takes. At temperatures above 45 degrees, the body tries to shed heat. But in 100% humidity, that sweat cannot evaporate. The heat is trapped inside the body. The vital signs of the explorers are closely watched in mission control. Experience has taught them that in the heat of the cave, cells can die and organs can fail. It is time to return. They've stayed 10 minutes, twice as long as the safe limit.
Okay, let's go. Please.
Just
We
go.
follow Tulio now
Yeah.
the same way we came in.
See,
Okay,
Oh,
so should
we
we
respect
wait
the order.
for Paolo?
please. Okay.
Okay.
They're torn between their bodies, which are screaming for them to leave, and the sight that compels them to stay.
Okay, please don't stop. Okay.
Well, it's cold here. I know. Oh, man.
Naica.
It's so gorgeous.
The scientists now understand the obsession of the Naica explorers. The crystal cave is breathtakingly beautiful and deadly. It is a unique scientific enigma that they are determined to unravel.
Going off.
Finger that didn't touch the wall.
Oh, really? Just in air?
NASA scientist Chris McKay wonders if evidence frozen in time in the cave can help him in his search for life on Mars.
In a sense, we're looking for clues at the scene of a crime, and the crime occurred 3.5 billion years ago. Will there be any evidence there that we can investigate? Will it be anything left? Well, these kind of crystals are a way to preserve that evidence.
Biologist Penny Boston believes the cave may contain an undiscovered life form, never before seen on Earth. Amazing as it sounds, Boston thinks she'll find it.
There's going to be life in there, and we don't know in this cave which particular life that's going to be, and they have a lot to tell us about the origin and evolution of life on the planet.
Norwegian geologist Stein Erik Lauritsen will attempt to determine when exactly the crystals started growing. He's also puzzled about why so many crystals have fallen.
When I first came into this huge crystal cave here, of course the experience was quite overwhelming. And there are more questions than there are answers, of course, when you come in for the first time. But what surprised me was that quite a few of them were broken, big ones. So I thought maybe if they broke at the same time, what could have broken them?
Each scientist has a piece of the puzzle to solve. Now it's time to get to work. To do it, they will put their lives at risk. Specialized suits can help keep them alive and take them deep into the secret heart of the crystal cave. The goal? To stay in longer, go deeper, and come back with answers. A team of international scientists have come to the giant crystal cave to unlock secrets of the Earth's past. But to be able to conduct experiments in the cave, they need time, and time kills in the crystal cave. From now on, they will go in protective suits. The suits give them a maximum time of 30 minutes in the cave. The suits also protect against getting cut on the razor-sharp crystals that can tear through flesh. Special boots protect against slipping. The cave floor is an uneven mass of sharp crystals riddled with deadly crevices. One small step could result in a fatal fall. It's taken the experienced Naica explorers years to come up with a suit that works in the cave. They've adapted respirators like the kind used by firefighters to keep breathing air clean and cool. The suits are lined with ice packs to keep the body's core temperature down in the lethal heat. In 45 degrees Celsius, high tech doesn't work. The respirators are simple but functional.
We are experienced cavers, and we know that in extreme condition, only passive system can work. This is essentially ice, a bottle filled of ice, where there is a flux of air around, and you breathe, and the cool air goes on ice in order not to burn the ice.
The project's long-term study has determined exactly what the crystals are made of. Paolo Forti is their crystal expert. He's seen amazing crystals grown from all kinds of rare minerals in all shapes and colors. These stunning pillars are made from the same common mineral as drywall. It's called gypsum. But there's nothing common about these crystals. They have grown 5 times larger than any previously discovered.
The largest crystal of gypsum before the discovery of this cave were some 2 meters in length. This is an order of magnitude of difference that is astonishing.
Forty says the giant crystals are extremely rare because gypsum takes a long time to grow, and only if there are two critical ingredients: submersion in water and heat in excess of 50 degrees Celsius. But conditions inside the crystal cave must have been stable and underwater for a very long time to create such massive crystals.
And this is absolutely uncommon in nature.
The cave's deadly heat comes from the depths of the earth. Naica sits on a set of fault lines. A magma chamber 2.5 kilometers down warms the water that flows throughout the mountain. The crystal cave was underwater until it was discovered by miners in 2000. In fact, all of Naica Mine would be underwater if it weren't for giant pumps working round the clock. David Gilles is a geologist and head of exploration for Peñoles Mine, where the crystal cave was found.
We've pumped the water down from its original level of about 100 meters below surface to down to about 300 meters below surface, and that's what exposed the crystal caves.
Huge turbines pump the water out of the mine, enough to fill 23 Olympic-sized pools every day.
Right now we're pumping about 16,000 gallons per minute with these pumps, day and night.
The water courses from Naica Mountain through town, still steaming from the heat of the earth. All this water has formed a lake in this arid desert, constantly replenished from water pumped out of the mine. The water is the miner's constant enemy. At any moment, a scalding burst of 50 degrees Celsius water could kill them. It's one of the hottest, wettest job sites anywhere on the planet. What's deadly for the miners is good for the crystals. The scalding hot water trapped in the cave was saturated with the mineral gypsum. The gypsum clung to the cave walls and floor. What happens next was a milestone. When the hot water became supersaturated with gypsum, microscopic crystals formed. And then more, growing over time into the crystal cave. But how long did this process take? To find out, Forty's conducting his own experiment. He's sending a small team to a place he calls Fiero, Inferno, Hell. Their mission is to retrieve a crystal which Forty left there 1.5 years earlier and see how much it has grown in that time. But the trip to Hell is a half-hour trek into the cave's most punishing heat. If something goes wrong, there will be no rescue. Hell is a tunnel 590 meters below the surface. It's one of the hottest places in the mine complex, over 50 degrees Celsius, only 8 degrees cooler than the hottest temperature ever recorded on Earth. Forty is growing crystals in the same water and temperature in which the giant crystals formed, so he can calculate the age of the crystal cave. Each step takes them closer to solving this first mystery. The team arrives at the passage leading to Hell. In pitch black and raging heat, there's no time to waste. Their lives hang in the balance. Inside is Forty's crystal chamber.
We constructed a huge vessel and we placed inside small pieces of gypsum to allow an easy precipitation of new gypsum.
They reach into the chamber and get the sample, their bodies screaming in the heat. Now the scientists have to get out of Hell. Their cells are being destroyed, their bodies dehydrating.
Vámonos.
They return to mission control with Forty's sample. Their trip to Hell, a success. Forty can see his crystal has grown 1 millimeter in 16 months. From this, he can work to establish the age of the big crystals in the cave. A quick calculation reveals an extraordinary answer. These crystals are approximately 400,000 years old. Geologist Stein Erik Lorentzen will soon attempt to pinpoint an exact date, attempting to get a core sample from the cave. Meanwhile, biologist Penny Boston gets to work on the second big question. Is there life in the crystal cave?
One of the big surprises of all of science, really, over the last 20 or 30 years, is just how much life there actually is in the subsurface. And what we're finding as a community is that when we go into places like Naica or other deep environments, whether they be mines or natural caves, that we're finding an astonishing array of different kinds of microorganisms. And they have a lot to tell us about the origin and evolution of life on the planet. It's a lot like another planet. You got it. Which is one reason I'm so...
To prove it, Boston and her team must go back into the cave and attempt to extract a sample from one of the crystals. And the Naica Project explorers are on their own perilous quest. Tullio Bernabe and Giovanni Bedino want to investigate a mysterious passageway that Bernabe discovered 2 years before. Geologists believe that there may be many more caverns awaiting discovery. But it's a treacherous climb in 45-degree heat, where even the slowest movements are agonizing. Does another crystal cave await them, filled with more scientific discoveries? They're about to find out. The search for signs of life in the crystal cave gets underway. This quest might help prove that life can exist on planets like Mars, once thought uninhabitable. But exploring the cave is a treacherous journey across razor-sharp, scorching hot crystals, and rescue from some remote parts of the cave all but impossible. For the first time, biologist Penny Boston will field test a protective suit and a respirator. Without it, her lungs will overheat, fill with fluid, and she will suffocate. The Naica Project's master caver, Tullio Bernabe, knows this firsthand. In 2006, he discovered a mysterious passageway in one of the cave's most remote areas. It looked like it led to another cavern. Excited, he went deeper, alone. Just then, his respirator stopped.
Paura.
Fear.
Panic.
I had no more strength and my heart was beating very fast. I saw absolutely no hope. I thought of my family, naturally. I felt extremely alone and very, very far away from the world.
Solo, lontano dal mondo.
Bernabe summoned up the will to live and stumbled to the cave entrance. But he knows that the next time he might not be so lucky. Penny and her team enter the crystal cave and start out on their own dangerous quest. They are looking for tiny bubbles that formed within the crystal structures that may have trapped bacterial life. If they find one, they will scrape into the crystal and attempt to remove the sample. Getting a sample in 45-degree heat proves more difficult than Boston imagined.
Can't see very well.
It's hard to move. The air burns exposed flesh, and the sharp, red-hot crystals stab at her protective suit. Underfoot is a mass of protrusions that put every step in peril. It's a race against time as Mission Control counts down her 30-minute limit for exploration.
Yeah, maybe. Let me come over and see it. Are there big inclusions in here? Oh my God, there are big ones on this crystal face here.
Scanning the crystal, she finally sees what she's looking for. Something called fluid inclusions, tiny bubbles that formed as air pockets when the crystals were growing.
Okay, we're gonna really flame now, right? You guys are ready?
Only low tech works in the cave, so Penny's tools are a corkscrew and a disposable lighter.
My hands are so wet that I can hardly touch anything.
The lighter is to sterilize the corkscrew, which she uses to scratch into the fluid inclusion.
And don't touch anything on the top, right?
The simplest efforts are excruciating.
Yeah, so I'm gonna go for this one that we can see right here. Okay, we're gonna screw into it.
She carefully punctures the fluid inclusion and swabs the small cavity.
Having to. Okay, here it is. This is a sample.
Finally, success.
That's one of the best ones on this face here.
After 26 minutes, they exit the cave. Their mission accomplished.
I got some great samples. I'm really happy.
Meanwhile, the Naica Project explorers are on their own quest inside the crystal cave. They find what they've been looking for. The team has detected airflow from the same crevice where Tullio Bernabé nearly lost his life. The cavers suspect there are more wonders than this one crystal cave. Might there be another, with hundreds more crystals? They now want to make a full-scale entry. This time, they are confident of success. The risks are enormous, but is the crystal cave willing to give up its secrets? Does another wonder, even more stunning and rich with scientific rewards, await discovery? Explorers Tullio Bernabé and Giovanni Badino scale up scorching crystal to the top of the cavern. Awaiting them is a passageway that might lead to a new unexplored crystal cave and the possibility of more mysteries and even greater discoveries. This is the cave's highest point, its most difficult climb, and furthest from the door and safety. The crevice is barely large enough to fit one suited explorer. If his respirator fails or his suit gets caught up on a crystal, chances of rescue are nearly impossible. Bernabé's respirator is too large to fit into the passageway. He removes it, gulping down hot air as he squeezes his way into the 60-centimeter wide void. A few minutes without his respirator will spell certain death by suffocation. Mission Control counts down their quest. He reconnects his respirator on the other side, but there's a problem. His light shines into a treacherous, narrow crevice about the size of a bedroom closet. Bernabé can feel the airflow in the passageway, but it's a dead end. Time is up. The order comes from Mission Control that the two explorers have just minutes to get out. Now Bernabé has conquered his fear and is more determined than ever to come back to find out where the passageway leads. As Badino and Bernabé abort their mission, NASA scientist Chris McKay readies to look for life with a device that will one day be used to explore Mars. To McKay, the crystals are time capsules that might help him in his search for life on other planets.
The cave here provides two bits of information with respect to the search for life. One is it tells us about life at high temperature. That's interesting. But even more interesting, it tells us how evidence of life is preserved over a long period of time, over geological time.
McKay has brought a Raman spectrometer. It's a new device NASA is testing for space explorations. This is its first field test in an extreme environment. Unlike Penny Boston, McKay's spectrometer can look for life without scratching into the crystals. Now McKay is going to find out if it works.
I think this side is good. Okay, sounds good. I'll follow you.
If I put it up against it, I'm now taking a reading. Ready? Go. Okay, just hold it up there. You'll hear a click. Okay.
McKay works with Tullio Bernabe. Bernabe holds a sensor against a crystal. McKay initiates the laser, firing invisible light into the crystal.
It's working fine, even in the high temperature.
Okay.
Very good.
The crystal's structure sends one signature. The spectrometer's laser looks for others, signatures of life forms.
What is the line?
And it finds something. Is it evidence of life? The spectrometer confirms that it is organic material, possibly an ancient life form. It's an incredible find. McKay didn't expect such quick results. But the spectrometer only captures raw data. It will require further analysis back at NASA. Like Penny Boston, he's hopeful he's found evidence of life.
The day went very well. I was very excited. In fact, I was so excited I overheated.
There's one crucial experiment they have to perform before they leave, to find out exactly when the crystal cave was born. But this means risking their lives once more to unlock the final secret. A cave filled with giant crystals opens a window on Earth's mysteries for a team of international scientists. The final piece of the puzzle is to determine exactly when in Earth's history they formed. It is a unique discovery that has no comparison in the timeline of the planet. By growing crystals in a place he calls hell, Paolo Forti has estimated they're up to 400,000 years old.
The biggest crystal here inside may have from 200,000 year up to 400,000 year.
What geologist Stein Erik Lauritsen must do now is pinpoint their exact age by drilling for a core sample from one of the largest crystals. Lauritsen mentally prepares himself to enter the crystal cave. It's his turn to face the burning heat and deadly humidity. It makes the crystal cave one of the most dangerous places on the planet to work. He's chosen a large fallen crystal to get his sample, one of several. For Lauritsen, these are proof that an ancient earthquake rocked the crystal cave. He knows that the crystal cave sits on ancient fault lines. Lauritsen says it's hard to imagine what else other than an earthquake could have toppled a 55-ton giant crystal. He begins to drill for his core sample. He has half an hour before the signal will come that he has to leave or risk his life. The giant crystals are softer than human fingernails. But at the core, the crystal proves harder than Lauritsen predicted.
No. Oh, hell. It broke. The drill bit broke, it looks like, yeah. So we have to take what we can get. No backup. But we could try with a tool.
Time's running out. He's got to improvise fast with a few simple tools.
No, I think that's all we can get.
There's no time to waste. Lauritsen knows he can stay in the cave for half an hour, and once that's done, the doctor will not allow him a second visit for at least 3 hours.
We have a beautiful core, but it might be difficult to get out.
Every movement is excruciating.
Okay, it's working. It's working. So we can take. Yeah, very careful.
Finally, mission accomplished with seconds to spare.
We are leaving now. Yeah, I understand the time is out. We are coming out. We are coming out.
He makes his way back to the door, exhausted but elated.
Thank you, Tulio. We got it.
Stein Erik Lauritsen will take his samples to Norway for uranium-thorium dating to come up with an exact age of the giant crystals.
We were into this fantastic cathedral again, you know. It is such a stunning experience, but at the same time you need to focus on science, which is quite hard actually. Not only the heat, but the beauty.
After a week, their expedition to the Crystal Cave is almost over. But before they leave, the Naica Project explorers are determined to conquer the last mystery, to investigate the new narrow passageway one final time. On the first attempt, precious time was wasted finding their way to the top of the cave, a treacherous climb. Once again, Tulio Bernabé removes his respirator, sucking in scorching air as he squeezes into the crevice. And he gets in. Giovanni Badino follows. What they find puzzles them. They can feel airflow coming from the crevice, but the narrow corridor ahead is a series of blind alleys. The explorers can find no way to reach whatever lies beyond. It's a dead end. They're sure something is there, but their bodies cannot last in the cavern any longer. But they are not defeated. The explorers will be back with new ways to conquer this impasse. After a week in the Crystal Cave, many of its mysteries have been unlocked. The scientists now know how the crystals were formed. Hot magma beneath the Earth's surface pushed up and formed Naica Mountain. That magma heated the water flowing through the mountain. Some of that scalding water coursed through the cave. It contained huge amounts of the mineral gypsum. Slowly, the crystals took shape, and because the temperature of the underwater cave remained constant, they grew and grew, undisturbed for hundreds of thousands of years. As they grew, organic material became trapped in the crystals in fluid bubbles. Some of that organic material may be ancient bacteria, life forms never before seen on Earth. Only in April 2000, when the mine operation pumped the water away, was the Crystal Cave and all its wonders revealed. The scientists now have some of their answers, but a few questions still remain. Have they discovered new life on Earth, blazing the trail to that search on other worlds? New Mexico. Biologist Penny Boston has been working hard on her samples from the Crystal Cave. It's early in the process, but incredibly, she believes she may be finding new life forms in her samples.
The DNA processes that we use in the laboratory are just simply labor intensive, and so they take a long time. But the work that we have completed so far shows an amazing array of microbial forms within these inclusions.
If Penny's work proves correct, she's looking at ancient life forms, reanimated, brought back to life.
So I have great hope that we will be seeing actually live organisms and interpretable DNA from this work.
Her study of the cave is positive proof that life can exist in extremely harsh environments and paves the way to looking for life on other worlds. That quest is being carried on at NASA. Chris McKay has turned the results he gained from working in the cave into hard science. improving the spectrometer for the quest for life, not on Earth, but on Mars.
The utility of this sort of remote analysis for Mars is that it allows us, as we're moving along, say on a rover, to look at a sample and probe it and determine whether that sample is interesting without going through all the trouble of going over and collecting it and bringing it on board the rover.
He says the spectrometer is being fine-tuned for future Mars missions, manned or robotic. He's proven that it is a useful tool in the remote search for extraterrestrial life. Oslo, Norway. Geologist Stein Erik Lauritzen has returned with a core sample drilled from one of the big crystals. Lauritzen and his team use a specialized process called uranium-thorium dating. By isolating these elements and comparing their radioactive half-lives, he has determined that the biggest crystals are 100,000 years older than previously calculated, 500,000 years.
They have grown at a constant, very slow rate, like something like 1.5 millimeters of increase per 1,000 years. And this has been going on for 500,000 years.
Lauritzen is one player in a team that has unlocked the mysteries of the Crystal Cave. And it's just in time, because they have also discovered that unless it is reflooded, the giant Crystal Cave's time on Earth is done. Cooler temperatures from the tunnels outside are creeping into the cave. Every year, the temperature in the cave drops a half degree. No longer immersed in a blanket of 50 degrees Celsius water, the crystals are eroding and collapsing. If the mine stops pumping, they will return to their natural state, underwater, and be lost forever. One way or the other, that's what makes this expedition to the Crystal Cave unique and invaluable. Whether flooded or collapsed, it's our only glimpse at this remarkable place, our only chance to use science to unlock its secrets.
Science is not the goal, it's a means to an end, and the end is the human experience.
The cave is a tantalizing glimpse of other wonders that await discovery. There may be more remarkable sights, amazing scientific mysteries, and worlds to explore right here on Earth.